What's up, terabytes? How we doing? Tonight is Spotlight, and I'm so happy that you have joined us today. So thank you so much for this evening, rather. I feel like it's still the day. Does anybody feel like today just went by like, I feel like I just woke up this morning? Or who feels like it's been a really long day? It could be one or the other, maybe the extreme. It's 6. I know wherever you are in the world, it may not be 7, but it's 7 here. And 7 means it's Spotlight tonight. So this is the reason for this live tonight, and it's a pretty special reason. So aside from giving you your favorite reactions online and giving you all sorts of education, entertainment, edutainment, whatever you want to call it, on all the platforms, we also have a performing arts studio, and we have a brick and mortar in Atlanta, but also serve people all over the world. And you're going to see that tonight. So the heart and soul, the lifeblood of my why and what I do is this. It's shining a light on those who have decided to say yes to themselves, to take a chance on themselves, to better their voice and pursue their dreams and turn those dreams into reality by making them goals instead. And you're going to see tonight singers from all over the globe, all different walks of life, all different ages, all different levels of experience. And the one thing they all have in common is that they've been working really hard to perform for you tonight. So what I like to do to honor that is a digital showcase. We used to do live showcases in Atlanta, but because our student body is like now 95% global and not just local, we decided to take it digital so as not to disinclude anybody out of town. And we're doing this instead. And so you get to watch this. It's going to live on my channel forever, ever, so that if you miss it, you can send this link to your family, friends. If you're ever wanting to show experience of being exposed by a legit high authority social platform, you can show whoever you're auditioning for or whatever school you're trying to get into this as well if you're singing tonight. And it'll mean something because this, it's a relatively large channel and we're the real deal. And because you're here tonight and you're singing for us tonight, so are you. And those of you who are watching, thank you so much for just being supportive, being encouraging. We want lots of cheers, lots of fun comments. If you're a singer yourself and you kind of know what you're talking about, would love for you to be specific to the singers that you hear tonight as to what you liked about their performance, what you think they did really well and excelled in. And without further ado, let's just get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of slate each singer. I'm going to name them. I'm going to give you a couple quick lines about them so you have a little bit of context. I'm going to listen to them sing, and then I'm going to give my kind of like quick version reaction of what I heard. And the coach, their specific coach at the studio, if it's not me, is going to give them a jury sheet at the end of the week where they're going to say, hey, you and I know each other. We've been working every week. Here's what I loved. Here's what we need to work on more. And here's what we're going to continue to do. Here's our new goals. So we're always leveling up. We're encouraging. We are honest. We're also exhortational. Like, yes, let's do this, but we can still do this better. Let's go there. Let's level up. So if you want to have your performance evaluated for Spotlight and you are a student on here, do it. It is so worth it. If you're studying at the studio, you should be doing Spotlight. It's just a no-brainer, okay? You can also enroll in weekly lessons with us. You see that banner on the screen there. If you're like having serious FOMO right now and you want to be in the next Spotlight, which I think is slated for like early February or something, then join the student body of Terra Simon Studios, get in sessions with a coach, and you can click that link in the bio right now. And you don't have to commit right away to weekly lessons. We have gift certificate packages available. You can do an Insta reaction. You can sign up for a $25 discounted first session. That's what a lot of people decide to do because there's no strings attached. You can just get that very less expensive session, get to know the coach, get assessed, get a little bit of a feeling of what you would need to work on and what your trajectory would be, and then decide if it's something that you felt was high enough value to continue or not. And spoiler alert, it always is, because my coaches are amazing, because I spend every waking moment that I have in spare time, which is not much, but we train a lot. My coaches are highly, highly personally trained by me, and they're just amazing. Not just are they amazing singers themselves and coaches, but they're most amazing at being like a caring person. They're just amazing people who really, really love hard, really love their students. I have a new watch and it's making noises. That's exciting. Okay, without further ado, our very first performer of the evening is Adish Singh Gaur. And she's going to be performing I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. This is a big song, guys. I'm interested to see what she's got. So a fun fact about Adishri is that she's been doing Indian classical singing for the last 3 years. So Adishri, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to need to hear that maybe at the next showcase. Just saying. Would love to hear that. Okay, let's hear Adishri. Here we go.
Down my walls with the strength of your love. Ooh, I never knew love like I'm known it with you. Well, memories survive when I can hold on to, and I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I won't hold it back again. This passion inside can run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Your love I remember forever. So don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you're there. Must I imagine you there? So walk away from me. Oh, I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you.
Oh my goodness, Adishri, give her a hand. So Adishri's been with us for a little while now. She's a really hard worker. And man, Adishri, I want to point out and highlight a few things because I know your voice a little bit after hearing you at some showcases. And by the way, guys, I'm taking notes so that I can tell you what I think and not forget. So if you see me look down, that's why. So Adishri, I love the change in your melodic lines. I never usually say that about an iconic song, but I actually think the ones you did were really lovely. So I love the smoothness also of your voice. You're really learning to settle in to your voice, actually, like in a really more relaxed and confident way. I can see that you're singing from a place of knowing more who you are as a vocalist and less about needing to prove who you are as a vocalist, which is a lot of vocal maturity shown. So I'm very proud about that. Great close. Clouds, one more down. I love the ow. I can hear Coach Nikki's training in there, like clouds on. It's exactly what it needed to be. Very well placed. Just the timing on the imagine riff, I would clean up a little bit. I think it could have been a little tighter. And there were a couple times where like maybe the tightness, the tightness of the timing of the riffs that you chose could have been just tweaked a little bit. And then again, I loved the little difference in the melodic line at the very end that you chose. Really, really well done. By the way, amazing backdrop. Loved your stance. Your singer stance was great. Your feet were right underneath you. Your shoulders were back. Your chest was up. You looked confident. You sounded great. And I'm super proud of you. Give her a hand once more, guys. Really, really great job, Adishri. Okay. All right. Up next, we have Andrew Pope. Andrew Pope is singing From Now On from The Greatest Showman. And he is, fun fact, an EMT going for his paramedics license. I think it's a license. So without further ado, let's listen to Andrew.
I drink champagne with kings and queens. The politicians pray
My backdrop.
my name.
Oh, beautiful vibrato.
But those were someone else's dreams. The pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years, I chased their dreams at the crazy speed of always needing more. But when I stop and see you here, I remember what this was for. And from now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. And from now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight. and let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart from now on. From now on. From now on.
Oh my gosh, give him a hand. Oh my gosh. Okay, so listen. These are tough songs you guys are choosing, man. Like, what? They're really difficult. Andrew, I forgot to mute myself. I'm trying to mute myself so that if I squeal or something, I don't interrupt their performance. Andrew, I really love your vibrato. It is so perfect for the song that you chose, by the way. I think it's very appropriate. And I think that your vowel placement on almost all of your open vowels were really, really nice. I love that you committed to the character. You got that green screen going on and the hat and everything. It looks really, really great. I wanted to point out a couple things pitch wise. So a little flat on when I stop, this was towards the beginning, and the word for. And if we went fa and showed a little more tooth and a little more upside down triangle, that probably would have gotten a little bit higher. This is a high song though. And I think it's a high song in your range as well. It was a great challenge. And I think at the end too, that really long from now on, same thing, upside down triangle, push with those abs lit like that tabletop lift. I'm saying a lot of like Tara Simon Studios-isms. So if you guys aren't vocalists at the studio, you probably are like, what is this chick talking about a table and upside down things? But you know what I'm talking about, Andrew. And so I would just implement those a little bit more intentionally. And think about also key signature. If you're constantly feeling like you are reaching up for notes, multiple notes a lot in songs, and you've worked on it, then I would recommend possibly lowering the key down a semitone or maybe a whole step. And you can always work back up to the original key, but I think key signature is also very important when choosing the song, because I think it's a great song. I'm not 100% convinced of the key, but I loved your voice and the tone of it in general for the song. I think it was a really great choice. Really good job, Andrew. Thank you so much for being so brave. Okay, next up is Astred Cifuentes. Astrid is singing Fear Elise from Fozia. I say it a million different ways. And I've even had her on my podcast, but she says her parents call her Fozia. And this is Astrid singing Fozia. Fun fact about Astrid is she says her life is like Hannah Montana. Personal trainer in the morning, music teacher in the evening, best of both worlds. Okay, then. All right, without further ado, let's listen to Astrid.
I'll jump if you also stay high. I'll run like a shiver down your spine. For you, I would give you my own life. You're so musical, an artist. You make a lie seem like it's true. You're unusual, creative. Oh, what I do to be amused. So play me like my name is Fiorelise. Lie to me and say you'll never leave. Try me into twisted melodies. I'll pretend you wrote him all for me. Won't you play me? Won't you play me like? Play me like my name is Fiorelise.
What production value. I love that like the beginning and the end is the same. Really good job. Give her a hand. Astrid, again, these songs are fire. They're really, really challenging songs. Super proud of you, Astrid. Okay, here's what I liked. I love the production value. As I said, I love the production value. I would have loved to see a little brighter of a face because I couldn't see your face all that well. And I felt like a little FOMO over that. Loved the registerical change and control you had within the chest to head. Also really loved the control you had at the beginning of the last note. The placement was really like a very middle of the road mix, which then changed into head voice. We'll talk about the pitch of the whole ending later, but I wanted to point out that I really liked that part about it. Okay, nice vocal bend down too on the O part. Really liked that as well. And okay, so a couple things pitch wise. Watch the first run down. The very, very first run down that you did was a little off pitch on the flat side. You overshot some of the notes and you ended up too far down in the pitch. And that was throughout a little bit. And then at the end, that same note that I really liked, the word like, I liked how you were able to mix it and then go up into head. The pitches, though, were not on pitch. And so it was this weird dichotomy of like, oh, I like the vocal control of this, but like I really wanted the clarity of knowing that these specific notes matched within the chord progression underneath and were intentional instead of just notes that kind of got chosen out of thin air. Because I know the song and I know what you were going for, but we didn't quite hit the mark on every single one of those pitches. And when you choose, guys, this is for everybody. When you choose a song like this, or like a Adish song, when you choose big songs and people know them, they're going to expect to hear certain things about them. So you want to either make it totally different and like jack the thing up, or do it just as good, if not better, in the original way than the singer did, which is a tall order, right? But give her a hand, Astrid. That was a really good job. I'm super proud of you. Up next, we have Cabit. He is, oh, this is so great. He's singing Fly Me to the Moon, Frank Sinatra. How can you not love it? Cabit started a church for his peers when he was in 6th grade. That's a fun fact about Cabit. And you guys are in for a treat here. I'm seeing some black and white action. Let's go, Cabit.
See what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Well, fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Yeah, fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Dude, Cabit, my man. That was so lovely. Like I actually, I was like, oh, I need to take notes. But I was like, no, I don't want to like look away. It's so good. Okay, Cabit, first of all, can we just appreciate the chromatic runs? Like if you don't know what that is, just look it up. I don't have time to explain. But the chromatic runs outside of the natural chord progression of what I know that song to have underneath was just so lovely for me on a like music theory geek sonic basis. But let's talk about your voice. And by the way, the production value. I love that you're in a tie and a white shirt, so vintage, so Rat Pack, so black and white, so everything, right? It was perfect. I love that you sat and then you stood up. There were different levels. Your vocal agility and flexibility, the accuracy of 95% of your notes when you were moving around in riffs and runs was accurate. So you have a right to do that. You should do that. Get even pickier with yourself in lessons about not missing a single one, because you can not miss a single one. You have that capability, Cabit. Your vibrato is amazing. It's beautiful. It's a great song choice for you. and your vowel placement, your control, you're really working hard on that vocal, that vocal control and maturity. I can hear it in your voice, and it's a lot of growth. I'm super proud of you for that. Also, I loved the true. That for me was like the best note I've heard in the whole song, because it was an ooh, but you did what I tell everybody to do. You changed the integrity of the vowel to open it up, and you made it more of a true as you swelled the note. And it was so beautifully placed. I could tell that it wasn't strained, it wasn't pinched, because you gave your voice the space that that note required as a more extreme note in the range and as a definite climax note in the song. Gorgeously done. Super proud. Yes, yes, yes. This is so great, guys. This is so, so good. Cabit, way to go. Up next, we have Miss Cameron Blocker. Cameron is singing I Love You More from Avery Anna. And fun fact about Cameron is she is, oh my gosh, she's opening a bakery this fall with her best friend. That's amazing. All right, let's hear you, Cameron.
Might have said it first. Beat me to the punch, boy. 3 little words that sum up the way you look at me, babe. Saying it right now, it's a little deeper. Just when I think I can't, I love you more than any storm that's coming. Let the sky keep falling, yeah. World's got nothing on us. You won't scare me away, so bring on the rain. I love you more than any tide that's turning. Let the sun keep burning. No, it won't be perfect, but on the worst of our days, that's what I mean when I say I love you more.
Oh my gosh, give her a hand. It's like a Colby Calais, only with even better vocal capabilities. Okay, so Cameron, actually, I've known Cameron for a little while. She participated in one of my master classes. And Cameron, I have to say, this is my favorite vocal performance of yours that I've heard you sing. And here's what I hear. From what I know of Cameron, she has this very, like, you see it and hear it. It's this mood. It's this, like, you know, airy, breathy, again, like very Colby Calais sound. Except for Cameron, when you first started, you were really afraid. You were actually flat out terrified of your chest voice, and you overused your head mix and your head voice in notes that you had no business using it in, and your vibrato wasn't as fully developed and relaxed, and your pitch accuracy was also iffy. And today I hear power in your chest voice. I hear control when you move from chest voice to head voice, like at the end without even taking a breath. I hear even, beautiful, straightforward, luxurious vibrato. And I hear accuracy, like dead on accuracy in your timing and your pitch of your riffs and runs. So I'm super proud of you. You've been doing some really hard work, some really good work. This was a great song choice for you. I love the production value. I loved everything about it. I thought that was a 10 out of 10 for you, Cameron. I'm super proud of you. Well done. Okay, up next, we have Charity Bowers. Charity is singing for the first time in forever. Ooh, Kristen Bell originated it. Or sang it. And this is a fun fact about Charity. Charity owns her own music studio. So she signed up for lessons to continue growing her vocal abilities, but even more importantly, to have fun. What an amazing reason. I love the last part especially. Charity, let's hear you sing.
I can't wait to meet everyone. What if I meet the one? Tonight, imagine me gown and all, fetching draped against the wall. A picture of sophisticated grace. Oh, I saw suddenly see him standing there, a beautiful stranger, tall and fair. I want to stuff some chocolate in my face. With him we laugh and talk all evening, which is totally bizarre. Nothing like the life I've led so far. For the first time in forever, there'll be magic, there'll be fun. For the first time in forever, I could be noticed by someone. And I know it's totally crazy to dream of romance, but for the first time in forever, at least I've got a chance.
Yay, Charity. Really great job, honey. Okay, I love the song. It is definitely a mixy song, right? It's definitely a song that we hear and expect to hear this, like, for the first time in forever. It's very like Disney princess, right? Why is it so dark? 1 second. Let me turn on my light. The sun is going down. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so it's very like Disney princessy, right? And I think that you did a really good job at going between chest and like a chest mix at the beginning. But here's what happens to, well, the best of us, including me sometimes. When the song continues, we somehow like veer into this like chest mix that turns into, by the end of the song, like just a head voice or at most a head mix. And so I really want you to work on, if you're going to, this is hard, but I really want you to work on, if you're going to continue this type of singing, to keep it nasal, keep it ugly, keep it forward, keep it scrunched with your teeth showing and your nose scrunched, because I don't want you to slip into, instead of for the first time in forever, to be at the end of the song, for the first time in forever. Like, you can hear the difference, right? And what we're needing is the first one for the first time. And you did it at first, almost lost my nose ring. You did it at first, but then it started slipping. And what that is just a stamina and energy thing. So keep the abs engaged, keep the energy up. You have to actually think of yourself going up a hill on an incline with songs like this. It doesn't get easier. It actually gets harder because you have to maintain that type of placement the whole way through, even after you're a little vocally fatigued. So really, brava, really great song choice, but watch that slow fade into head voice. Excuse me. Up next, we have Connor McDevit, and they're singing She's Got Away. Connor's singing a song from Billy Joel. Well then, okay, I think that might be a first. So Connor's an independent filmmaker. Wow, working on a feature-length movie to be released for free on YouTube. We need to know when that happens, Connor. Let's hear you sing.
She's got a way about her. I don't know what it is, but I know that I can't live without her. She's got a way of pleasing. I don't know what it is, but there doesn't have to be a reason anyway. She's got a smile that heals me. I don't know why it is, but I have to laugh when she reveals me. She's got a way of talking. I don't know why it is, but it lifts me up when we are walking anywhere. She comes to me when I'm feeling down, inspires me. Without a sound, she touches me, and I get turned around.
My gosh! I'm just so proud of you guys. I really am. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Connor, bro, you just blessed my ears, man. Like, I love that you sang and played. Your way, the way that you sang Way was so magical. It was so well placed. It was so velvety, so gorgeous. Oh, I could listen to that all night long. The way you sang "Way" to me was just like the move. And I really loved how you also you saw to it that you got all the way up on the turn around, but you didn't make a big thing about it. Like you didn't make it be like, okay, here comes the big note. You just sort of like eased into it with really good technique, nice vocal maturity, and the note just like flopped out of your mouth. And the vowel placement on that was awesome too. I love your vibrato, but I love that it's minimal in the song. Like you really lean into the straight tone, and fair enough, because he does too. Love the production value, love the mood of it. And you're so talented, Connor. It was such an amazing blessing hearing you sing tonight. Thank you so much for doing this. And we want to hear about your feature film. That's so exciting. Very, very exciting. Give it up for Connor, guys. Okay, up next we have Dominic Hernandez. He is singing Snow Angel by Renee Rapp. Okay. So Dominic says music speaks to his soul and it has a profound ability to connect us regardless of our origins. True. He says his goal is to someday soon create music that resonates with everyone that listens to him. I love it, Dominic. Let's hear you.
It's burning, but it's ice cold. I'll make it through the winter if it kills me. I can make it faster if I hurry. I'll angel in the snow until I'm worthy. But if it kills me, I try. If it kills me, I tried so hard, I came so far. I met a boy, he broke my heart. I blame him 'cause it's easier, but I still look for him in her. The seasons change, addiction stains. I love back then what I hate today. I wish I went a different way. If I go back, I'd do the same. I'll make it through the winter.
Oh, okay. Production value, fade out, multi-cameras, lighting, zoom in. I see you. Wow. So good. Yes, Prashant dynamics as well. Okay, Dominic, you were a little slow to warm up. Like I wasn't sure what I was going to get the very first couple notes that you sang. And then you like warmed up in it. And I was like, oh, hi voice. Yes. Hi acting, hi being into the song, all of it. Like you were in it. And I really loved actually the character that you were pulling out of, like the body motions and the facial expressions and how committed you were to the emotional context of the song. Aside from that, your voice, your vibrato was great. Your pitch was amazing, except for the one riff at the very end when you were trying to be less dynamic. I think the word was back. And I was like, ooh, so close, but no cigar, right? But every other one was awesome. I'm just being picky because you're awesome. And I am picky. I'm sorry. I loved your vocal cries. That was so fun to listen to. And you have this really nice, like mini rasp about your voice. It's like a breath / rasp. And it's like riding the middle there between those two vocal stylistic qualities. And that's just part of your voice and who you are, right? Like, I don't think you're trying to do that. It's just part of the vocal timbre of your voice. And I love it. And I think it sounds great. I think it was a really great song choice. It was like, it had me doing that. Like I didn't need to worry or wonder like, oh, is he going to get the note? I was able to just enjoy the song for what it is. So lovely. I love your goals and I love your voice. And I think you're exactly right on track with it. Really good. Dominic, be extra picky with yourself, even pickier than you are now. Give yourself no mercy, no grace on riffs and runs, any note that's off. I really want you to level up that. I want you to, do even more advanced sequences and get even pickier with the pitches. So good. Okay, up next, we've got Gabe Thornett. He's singing, back to December? Okay. So by Taylor Swift, right? So Gabe leads worship at his church youth group. Oh, he has perfect pitch. Okay. And he's obsessed with geography and traveling. All right, Gabe, let's hear you.
Maybe this is wishful thinking, probably mindless dreaming. But if we love again, it's well I love you right. I'll go back in time and change it, but I can't. So if the chain is on your door, and understand. This is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you, saying I'm sorry for that night. And I go back to December. It turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you. Wishing I realized what I had when you were mine. I go back to December, turn around and make it all right. I go back to December, turn around and change my own mind. I go back to December all the time. Yeah, all the time.
Yes, arpeggiations. Good job. Wow. Okay, I'm a sucker for anybody who sings and plays, first of all. So you get brownie points from me for that, Gabe. Really nice. And I do this too. When I sing and play, I tend to tense my shoulders because I'm doing this with my hands, right? So I want you to just shoulders back, relax them, kind of like shake them out if you can from time to time. I think that will help you also re-engage your abs, because I think there's some times in the song, like that one time where you needed to take a breath because you didn't quite get a full breath before the phrase. You could have avoided that if you would have taken a bigger breath, relaxed your shoulders, opened up your chest, and gotten that full breath that you needed. But there's something really magical about your ahs. For me, it just comes straight through your front teeth. Your vibrato just shines through, and the tone of your ahs are really something special. It's like a mini boombox or a mini microphone just goes in your mouth when you sing the ah. I just love that. I want you to lean into cleaning up your riffs and your runs. I want you to lean into relaxing your shoulders, tightening your abs, and I really want you to lean into long holds for vowels, because I think that's where your voice really shines. And I enjoyed it most. And I think your vibrato is also lovely as well. Okay, moving on. We have Gabriel. Oh gosh, Sains. I say people's first names better than last, apparently. Singing All I Ask by Adele. And Gabriel's an aspiring artist hoping to make music that allows him to express his creativity. Is it a boy or a girl? Gabriel. Creativity through auditory and visual effects. We will find out in 1 second. Let's listen. Gabriel.
My heart at the door. I won't say a word. They've all been said before, you know. So why don't we just play pretend, like we're not scared of what is coming next. We're scared of having nothing left. Look, don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last night with you, hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do. It matters how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again?
Okay, I think that was our first performance with pyrotechnics. Gabriel, first of all, I'm sorry about the discrepancy of your name. I'm shocked. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the voice first. That's what really matters. Your low baritone notes are fire. Like, I really wanted to hear more of those. I really wanted you to lean into more of that. And I loved your vibrato, like, I would say a third through to the end. I really then heard it. I feel like you kind of warmed up to the idea. And then when the fire came, I was like stressed for you because it's like, he's looking like he's gonna get burned. Like, that's real close, you know? How are you singing and doing that at the say, like the smoke, everything? I'd be like, it was it's suspenseful in a really exciting and exhilarating way. So, and thank you for the production value. That was kind of really awesome. And I really want you to lean into pitch because there was so much greatness about the song, and yet, and it was a little tainted in certain places because the pitch was not in the center all the time. And this is a ballad, and ballads, there's just like no mercy. Everybody knows this song. And so if there's one note that's off and then you do a note that's great, the next note, people's ears are still kind of thinking sonically of the note that was off, even if they don't want to. It's just like how we're designed as listeners. So don't steal from yourself and all of the great, amazing things that your voice has to offer, like this beautiful low extension, like amazing vibrato, like beautiful vowel placement, and sacrifice all of those things and water it down for for pitch that is less than what you should have a standard for. You can do it. You totally can. You have to be ruthless with yourself now in your lessons about pitch. I want the next spotlight you to be every note. I want it on fire. Okay. I know that you can do it. Really, really good. All right. Next we have Jessica Cluth. Jessica, we love you. She's singing Bruises by Louis Capaldi. So, Jessica is described as a person who bursts randomly into song, kind of like musical theater, like watching Disney all day long. Also, allegedly, this was their favorite thing about me. Allegedly. Okay. Well, let's hear Jessica sing now. And by the way, Jessica is a fan favorite on the Terra Sun Studios app.
Days since my lover been got lost on me. And every breath that I've been taking since you left feels like a waste on me. I've been holding on to hope that you come back when you can find some peace. Every word that I've heard spoken since you left feels like a hollow street. I've been told to get you off my mind, but I hope I never lose the bruises that you leave behind. Oh my Lord, I need you by my side. There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder. And if only I could hold you, you'll keep my head from going under.
Jessica, a brave song. Really, really great. Okay. First of all, I really wish I could have heard the music better because I heard you, but I barely heard the music, which was difficult for me to then hear and compare pitch. I loved when the song went into the pre-chorus and into the chorus. I thought, okay, now we're getting somewhere. This is where her range is. This is where her voice is shining. Before in the verse, I felt like, oh man, I you can hit those low notes, but they're at the bottom of your range, and I could hear that. And this is for everybody. When you choose a song, you want to make sure you choose a song within the key that keeps the audience guessing as to what your top or your low range is. Meaning, you never want to choose a song where the audience can tell, that's their bottom, or that's the very top that they can hit. You want to make sure that you're keeping them guessing. And at the bottom of your range, I wasn't guessing. I could tell, like, okay, that's the lowest note she's got right there, and she's singing in a song. So always try to go a half or a whole step above your lowest and a half or a whole step below your highest, to always keep people guessing. I see that as a rule of thumb that I use for my artists, like a blanket statement across the board. But there must be something in the growls, amazing. The power of your voice, Jessica, is very palpable. It actually clipped the mic. So you have an amazing, big, huge brassy, belty, alto voice, but I don't want you to go so low that it tells me you're low range. And I want you to stay in that register, that pre-chorus to chorus kind of range. And I want you to work on narrowing in and honing in on the pitch of that, because again, a big, beautiful power voice with a growl and vibrato and an awesome tone is watered down if it's off pitch even just a little bit, right? And there were times when it wasn't at all off pitch. It was great. And there were moments where it kind of was, and you deserve better than that. And you can get better out of your voice if you really get picky about that pitch. And then, play with key signatures a little bit when you choose the song. I think it was a good song. I think maybe it could have been a little higher, maybe like a half or a whole step higher in key for you. All right, up next. Jotna, oh gosh, Kumbala Pran. I think I might have said that right. Skyfall is what she's singing by Adele. And Jotna is also a trained singer in Indian classical music. However, she's always been fascinated by Western vocalists who modulate and project their voice so effortlessly. So she's very grateful for TSS for teaching her to learn to sing with her voice without hurting her vocal cords. And she's been actually on reality TV shows in India. That's TV singing shows in India. That's very, very cool. We are excited to hear you. Let's go, Jotna.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned in dreams this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall. Face it all together, let the sky fall. Let sky
fall. Okay, Jotna, woohoo! Okay, so apparently there is such a thing as Indian jazz. We just created a new genre right here. You saw it on the Terra Simon Studios channel. Jotna, I so hear the benefit of your vocal flexibility and agility from singing the Indian style that you are accustomed to in a song like this, especially in that big, huge, gorgeously placed, by the way, chest mix, high, sort of like different melodic line and vocal mapping of the high note into that crazy, beautiful run down. It was really riff down. It was so well placed, but also you found the notes. Like you're like, nope, it's going here. Nope, it's going there. And you just like bam, 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 like, whack-a-mole notes. And they were right in the center, right, nail on the head, right? Really lovely. I love your version of it. And again, this is a great example, guys, of someone singing a song that's very well known, but they jacked it up and they made it their own. She did it different or better, right? You either do it different or better than the original singer. And I think she did it really different. And therefore it was better. It was her own. And that's what a cover should be. That is exactly what the cover should be like. And Jotna, there's so many great qualities about your voice. And your vibrato is so beautifully thick, but not to a point of tremolo. It's just really powerful, yet not overpowering. I think if I were to say anything to you, I would say let's explore what singing a little more on the breath is like versus big power, so that we can create even more interest in dynamics moving forward. Because we're working on, at this point, advanced things, and I would get even pickier about the exact centeredness of the pitch. I'd get the vocal tuner out, the pitch tuner out, and I would get like obsessive with it, because that's going to allow you to even speed up the pace of those certain riffs and runs. Man, so good. So good. I loved that. Thank you so much. Up next, we have Lily Van Colin, and she's singing Falling by Harry Styles. So fun fact about Lily is that at age 8, she's age 8, and she's 50% Belgian and 50% American. Lily loves to sing, dance, and play piano. Ooh, fun. Okay, let's hear you, Lily.
Said you care and miss me too.
Yes.
And I'm well aware I write too many songs about you. The coffee's out at the Beachwood Cafe, and it kills me 'cause I know we've run out of things we can say. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. And I get the feeling that you'll never need me again.
Okay, I mean, I'm like listening to you, Lily, and also reading the comments. Like, the girl is 8. What the heck? So much talent. Lily, I'm impressed. 8 years old. I mean, listen. I wonder what you were like at 3. Also, I bet you were the same, actually. So, Lily, you have a very interesting vibrato, and I'm going to explain to you what it is in case no one's ever defined it for you. What you have is a cursive style vibrato, which means your vibrato almost sounds like it's undulating backwards, which sounds really cool. You don't have to intentionally do it. I know it's just part of your voice and who you are. And I'm just telling you that I hear you, I see you, and I wanted to explain to you what it was, since you probably were never told that before, unless by your coach. So I love also that even though you're 8 and you're a little girl with a higher range than a lower range right now, you dug for those lower notes and you got them. You didn't just sort of reach for them and kind of get them. Like, you were in the center of the pitch for the low notes. And that's what I listened for vocal maturity in young female singers. And you nailed that. So I'm really proud of you for that. I knew that you were going to hit the high notes as soon as I heard you sing the first phrase. But the fact that you went down there and did that and didn't just throw those notes away shows me that you are someone with a lot of talent at a very young age, and you have a lot of vocal maturity and discernment at a young age, which are the most 2 important qualities actually as a singer. So amazing sound, great pitch accuracy, gorgeous vibrato, perfect song choice also for you. So brava for that. You've got a bright future ahead of you, miss. I'm very proud of you. Keep working hard, keeping picky, keeping obsessive with progress, and don't forget to keep practice as a regular routine at home. You know, lessons are not magic. They're once a week, you know, and so it's a lot about the work that we put in as singers is for everybody outside of the session. Very proud of you, Lily. Good job. Okay, up next we have Prashant, and Prashant is singing A Song for You by Donny Hathaway. Fun fact about Prashant is that he was on Jeopardy! College Championship in 2010. Let's hear what you've got, Prashant.
Precious secrets of a true love, withholding nothing. You came out in front when I was hiding. Now it's so much better, and if my words don't come together, listen to the melody, 'cause my love is in there hiding. I loved you in a place I loved you for my life. You're a friend of mine. And when my life is over, remember when we were together. We were alone. Now we're singing this song to you. We were alone, and I was singing this song to you.
Oh! That's so mean that note cut off at the end because I was like, so in it. Prashant, give him a hand, guys. Yes, digital hand clap here. Listen, the great song choice for you, dude. Like super great song choice. Are you a doctor? Like, I love that you're like in your, I was like, okay, a doctor who sings like that. Awesome. I think that your voice, I said this about one other person and I can't remember who now, but there's this breath rasp that you've got going on in your natural tone. It's not affected. It's just what you do. Right. And I so love that. I'm a sucker for it in a male's voice, especially. I think it's so just velvety and thick and textured. And it really allows that to come through, I think more so in a male's voice. Great. So I say it again, great song choice. I love your vibrato. I think it's just, it's a constant spin. Ooh, it's slow, but it's not too slow. It's got this great power and roll to it. It's like a rolling train just steaming through at such an even pace. And I loved your vocal control. I was like, what is he going to do up there? But man, those notes were on pitch. It was so good. Those high notes up in your head voice were stellar. It was so nice of such a nice surprise up there. You did great with, I'd say like 50% of your 3-note runs. Like that's a 3-note run and it's everywhere in a song like this. And then sometimes you were a little off in them. So if I had something constructive to say to you, I would say, again, be obsessive with the pitches in your runs. If you're going to do a riff or a run, it's got to be on pitch, like 100% of the time. If you find that like you're getting to, and this is for everybody here as a general note, if you find that you're getting too close to a performance, like you're like a week out or a couple days out, and you're like, this stupid little riff or run, I'm like 50-50 on, I suggest that you straighten it out. Like I would rather a singer not do a riff or a run than do it and be off or like play Russian vocal roulette with it being on or off. So you got like 50-60% of them, but those tiny little nuancy 3-note runs can tend to get a person, and they can tend to get me too. So just be extra picky about the pitches of those and make sure that they're super on pitch. Everything else was amazing. I loved it so much. Okay, up next, we have got Shila Griffiths. Shila is singing Lion in My Soul by Shila Griffiths. This is an original song, guys. My dog's going crazy. I'm sorry. Shila started with zero vocal training or any knowledge of how she used her voice until she found TSS. And she says TSS and her coach, Nikki, has truly been a pillar of strength for her. She wants to show her story that walking with God and trusting his plan, even when you can't see his full picture, leads to a life fully lived with purpose and passion. I love it. Let's hear you, Shila.
I'm ready to break through every chain you broke down for me. You're my saving grace. Ooh. I got a lion in my soul. It's your warm embrace. You showed me what I'm
my gosh. Production value. What the heck? That's like an actual music video, right? I mean, that's so good. Shila, first of all, I love the genre. It's got this like bluegrassy kind of like throwback country pop vibe. I don't know, like it, and yet your voice is kind of like on the Celtic pop side, which is really interesting. First of all, I love praising Jesus. So I love the song and the writing and the heart behind it, the heart posture. I love that. I think that your 3-note runs were actually super, super accurate. Praising your holy name, 3, 2, 1. There were a lot of them in your song that you built into the melody, and they were all really, really on. You also did a great job of switching and having a lot of vocal control between the registercal changes of chest to this chest mix or head mix that you were doing on the higher parts. I'd be interested, actually, just out of curiosity, to hear what it sounds like if you tried to go full on belt with some of those. Not every time, but if you were to sing it fully live, like what would it be like to oh, I pray in your holy name. Like if you just went there instead of da 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 da, that different register, because it kind of like, bites a little bit more if you push into chest. And because of the visual that you were giving us with just this like do or die kind of visual, I feel like that might be kind of powerful. So just a little maybe suggestion and something to try live. Up next, and last but not least, I will say we have Squeenie Sang, or as I and my team lovingly call her, Super Squeenie. Because Squeenie is the COO of my company, but actually she's really the CAO of my company, which is the Chief Awesomeness Officer. So Squeenie she's been a vocal student for a long time at the studio, but she's so special and she is so capable of so many things. She actually now basically runs the joint. And fun fact about Squeenie, you may be able to spot her. You will be able to spot her and are able to spot her doing karate in the background of the newest season of the popular Netflix show called Cobra Kai, season 6. Yeah, our Squeenie is on that. Because like I said, there's really nothing this girl can't do, including karate. So Squeenie, let's hear you.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. Let you push me past the breaking point. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake your ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger fighter, dancing through the fire, 'cause I am a champion. You're gonna hear me roar, louder, louder than a lion, 'cause I am a champion. You're gonna hear me roar. Ooh, you're gonna hear me roar.
Squeenie, I'm so proud of you. So that's a perfect song for Squeenie, because Squeenie is constantly, as amazing as she is, doubting her own ability and even right to be loud and be heard. And so Squeenie, this is a perfect song for you. And I love how you're leaning into power. I love how you're leaning into chest voice. I love that you played the guitar, because I didn't even know you could do that. I swear, there's nothing this girl can't do, like literally. So I love that. I don't know how you sang that great sitting down, because I mean, I probably couldn't. I'm not a fan of that, but you did it. You sang, you played the guitar. Your vibrato is getting so beefy and even, like it's so prevalent. It's so relaxed too now. And your chest voice is getting so powerful. You're getting more comfortable making a lot of noise and having volume. And I'm really hearing that, like a big difference. It's not that you didn't do it in last showcase, but I felt like you were kind of like cringing at your loudness, but now you're like roaring more. And I think you can still lean into it more, but I'm seeing big differences, big changes between the thoughts, the inner thoughts that are going on in your mind while you're singing that I can then translate into what I hear versus the thoughts now of like, okay, maybe I have a right to be heard. Maybe I have a right to be loud. Maybe it's more of a question this time around instead of like, I don't have a right or I'm fighting to have a right. Now I feel like you're saying in your head, maybe I do. And maybe next spotlight is, heck yeah, I do. Maybe it's that, but I'm hearing progression there in your innerness of the singing, which I really love. And I think is a huge victory. And I think it was a perfect song choice for you, perfect key. I loved your beautiful, clean riffs and runs. They were very carefully done, had a lot of control in them as well. And just so poised. You're so poised in your singing. And I love that. Lots of vocal maturity and discernment going on there, not rushing timing, not trying to get through it or get off of notes or riffs or runs too soon, but also not holding it too long. It was very, very well done. Listen, guys, this is the kind of talent we turn out. And it's not that these guys always start like this and then they just show up amazing. I mean, it takes a lot of work, and this is a labor of love. This is a progress report thing. There's no destination. This is just a journey that we're all on, and we really, really love to see it. Like, we love to see the progress. We love to see people working hard, showing up for themselves, showing up in Spotlight. And thank you so much for everybody who's come. And I have to shout this guy out too, Carlo Rodriguez, who's been a subscriber since 2017. What? And he thinks I'm one of the best YouTubers ever. That's really sweet. Thank you so much, Carlo, for being such a loyal subscriber and fan. And thanks to you guys who are in our studio. You're the best part of TSS. You are why we get up every day. You guys at the studio, more than the 1.6 million on this channel and the however many million on TikTok and Instagram. You guys are why I get up and I do this, because we're able to commune. We're able to have this type of interaction, and we're able to actually like make change in your life, like impact your life. And although I'm sure I impact people, far and wide with content, it hits a little different when I get to hear you sing back, and when I get to hear about you in our coaches huddles and in our status meetings, and really get to know your voice and walk alongside you on your journey and praise you and celebrate you when you land roles and when your dreams come true and when you recorded that song and when you got that part and when you got into that college and got that scholarship. Like, we love to see it. We love celebrating you guys. My coaches and I are so proud of you all. This is like probably the best showcase Spotlight I've seen. Like, the production value, the singers, you guys showed up and showed out. I'm so proud. I'm so blessed to know you guys and have you at the studio. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And if there's somebody that you know and love that could benefit from lessons or from being in Spotlight like this, don't wait. Like, let them know about us. Give them a link to book a discounted first session. And if you're that person and you're like, I have such FOMO right now from watching this, like, I want to be on there. Don't let the voices in your head say you can't or you shouldn't or you don't deserve to. Just do it. Like, just sign up for a discounted first session and meet one of the coaches and see where it goes. You never know. As my 8-year-old son says, you never know until you try. So there's the link for the 30-minute session right now. I love you guys. I am so proud of you. And I will see you, as always, on the next one. Bye.